Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, Executive Director Andrea Moore back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. You know what? I just dawned on me, and it's a great necklace. Love it. It's beautiful. But I think there's an unlucky thing going there because the horseshoe's the wrong way.
Well, it's a squash blossom, so...
It's not a horseshoe? Okay.
Correct.
All right, because I thought it was
agree.
a horseshoe. I was like, it should be upside, because
No,
all the luck goes away when it's upside
correct,
down like that.
but no, it's a squash blossom, so...
Okay.
Technically, we should be okay.
All right, good. All right. I just didn't know.
If I trip on my face and fall, I'll let you know, and I'll get rid of it.
I didn't know if anything horseshoe shape counted or just...
I have a list of people I could give it to.
Right. You can look like you use a bad day. Here.
Happy birthday, Merry Christmas, happy whatever it is.
It's lucky. Brought me some good luck.
That's right.
But how are you doing?
Pretty good. We're moving along pretty well over at the chamber. We've got some really good things that are starting to open up, and I'm in my second year. Oh my gosh, at the chamber.
Time's zipping by. I mean,
I can't believe it's been a year.
We're already getting into the final quarter of 2021.
I know.
We're coming up on this. It's crazy.
Well, when you're drinking in your sweatpants at home while homeschooling your kids for a year.
Time flies.
I think we were all blacked out for a year. So.
Yeah, kind of. What happened this last year? I don't know. But good news is, the world's opening up, sort of, and then it closed down again. But businesses, schools aren't closing down anymore.
Yep.
This is all good news.
Yep.
This is all... We can get some kind of sense of normalcy here on
I'm
at least
hoping so.
That side of things.
We need it. Our kids need it.
Yeah.
Our businesses need it. I know that the PED up in Santa Fe has contacted the different school districts around the state, and they said, you know what, this is ridiculous that 4 kids testing positive when you have a school of a couple thousand to shut down. So it is to my understanding that they have told all the school districts, write up a plan on what you're going to do to make sure everybody doesn't get sick. And as long as it seems like it's pretty, reasonable, we'll make sure that you can do that.
Good.
And from what I think they're doing here, from what my kids have told me and my friends that are teachers and stuff have said, that they will be closing down, I believe, individual classes if needed going forward. So
triage it to where if there's a problem area, then we will just deal with that problem area.
And it's to my understanding that's how it's going to work.
Apple cart.
And obviously things like elementary, it's going to work a little easier. So if Mrs. Smith's 3rd grade class, all of a sudden there's a big outbreak, then Mrs. Smith's class gets to go home.
Sure.
But everybody else can continue.
Sure. Yeah, I imagine when they get to middle and elementary where they have multiple classes,
it might be a little
trickier.
Yeah. But so far we're open. My kids are happy because they wanted to go to school.
Good.
And see their buddies.
How's I don't know, have you guys been getting feedback from the business community on like masks and things and getting advice, or are people asking or looking for guidance on how to handle some of that in their own businesses?
Well, being that we do live in the wonderful county of Chavis and the great city of Roswell, we, live by be an adult. You do you, I do me, and we'll all get along. And so far, all of our businesses have really been doing that. And of course, some businesses are more wear a mask when you come in, and the customers, the patrons, are pretty, receptive to that. Okay, well, then I make that decision. Do I want to continue coming in, or do I want to come back later?
Sure.
I've noticed a lot of businesses have gone back to making their employees wear masks. And I'm wondering if a lot of that is the corporate structure, because obviously the bigger...
Your chain places, they're all
Target,
up,
Walmart, Sam's Club seem to have their employees masked. But then the customers that come in, nobody's ever said anything to me when I've gone in.
Okay.
And I have a mask in my purse if I'm asked and I decide that I want to wear one because it's that important. But so far in all the businesses I've gone to, nobody has said anything.
Okay. Not like I had a lot of experience the last couple weeks going to places.
Right.
I wasn't, but like since I've been out and about, I've been going, and I I've just been wearing a mask just because it's like, look, I was quarantined for 2 weeks. I had COVID. It's probably a good idea just to not. I'm just doing that for other people. I'm
Well,
like, so when I walk into a store, any place like that, like if I'm just here, no. But if I'm going into a grocery store, any place where I'm dealing with people I don't normally deal with every day, then I'll put the mask. And that's just because I literally came out of COVID.
Well, and that's how my family, we do things. Like I said, we all have our masks, and then we go into a business and we decide, is this where I think I need to wear one or I should wear one? And, there are times that I have worn a mask. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not anti-mask. I kind of feel the same way you do. Yeah. You do you. If you want to get vaccinated, please go get vaccinated. If you don't, okay.
Sure.
In fact, we looked into it for my son because he goes to the military institute here. And there is a possibility that if you're not vaccinated, those cadets may not be able to leave campus this year.
Okay.
So we had discussed that with my son, and he said, no, I don't want to go get it. Okay, that's fine.
Sure.
Well, then we talked with his doctor, and because of other allergies my son has, the doctor actually said, do not
so
get
he
vaccinated.
could probably get a waiver.
Yeah.
For his condition.
Because with all of his other allergies, they said, no, we don't recommend it, at least not right now. Maybe 6 months, a year from now, whatever, it might be different. But right now he can't because he is probably going to have an adverse reaction to it. So
and this is and I don't want to get in a whole vaccination discussion, but I know because people have very polarizing thoughts one way or the other. Should I get it? Should I not get it?
Know.
And I know a lot of people go online to look for answers to these things. And I would say if you're one of those people that's kind of like, should I get it? I don't know. I'm scared. Talk to the people you trust. Who's your healthcare professionals?
Exactly.
When you normally have a cold or have something going on, who takes care of you? Talk to those people, the people you've entrusted your health with. Ask them their opinions. Get there.
Yes.
If you're truly trying to do like you do with anything else in life. If you're trying to educate yourself on a product or a procedure or something you want to do or not do, you generally look it up and weigh the pros and cons and then make a decision based on
That's exactly what we've done in our family.
Do the exact same thing here.
When I hear that COVID rates are skyrocketing, I've got lots of friends that work at both hospitals. So I talk to them. They're the people that are there that are seeing it. And I say, okay, I have seen, heard, read that this is going on. What are you seeing, hearing? And they'll tell me, yes, I would listen to that resource, or you know what? No, we haven't seen that that's going on.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctors, talk to your nurse, and talk to, like you said, talk to the people that you trust, that you see. Talk to your physician. That's what they're there for. If you're going to go trust them to get other vaccinations,
absolutely,
and
you're trusting with your life already. With that in essence, you are in your children's lives. One of my friends' kids had made the comment about getting vaccinated because we talk about it with our kids and stuff. And she said, well, I think I kind of want to go get vaccinated. And we looked at her and we said, really? And she goes, well, yeah, if I grow a tail, then that's my superhero strength. She goes, how cool would it be to have a tail? And I was like, that's a great mindset to have. Not that I think that you're going to grow a tail, because I don't believe at the end of the day that Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, or whoever else wants to kill you. Right.
But at the same time, I understand that it's something new. It's something that probably needs to be tested a little bit more. But I'm also not that guy that does that. So,
well, and let's face it, anytime progress is made in a crisis event, it's always amazing because it's an amazing feat in human engineering and humanity and just overcoming obstacles. It's an amazing, but the attention to detail does get sacrificed a little bit there. The speed and the quickness in which they're trying, because the priority changes. Priority changes. They want safe. Don't get me wrong, but they're under extreme deadlines. It's like, hey, we got a whole world relying on you to get this done right now.
Yes.
So people are going to be like, all right, because normally the way the FDA does and tests, it's monotonous and over and over again, and you're like, all right, we've tested 50,000 times, we got to test it 100,000 to get our result here, but it's good 50. fine, let's whip it out. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that's what's going on. So people are having trust issues because it's not going through the normal protocols to get approved. Or
Correct.
And yeah, you're right. Sometimes things can slip through the cracks when that happens. That's why you talk to the people you trust.
Exactly.
That's why you
and
talk
this
to
is
your
not
people.
the first vaccine or first time that they have fast tracked something like that. Talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents, and see the different things that have gone on.
And be thankful that you have the choice to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a lot of places in the world
Yes.
that's not the case.
Well, I mean, even people and Americans, like I was in the military, and you don't get to choose what goes in your body and when.
Oh, I'm sure they shot you up with all kinds of fun stuff
do.
that you don't even know yet.
Yeah, it's and I know it's a different world, the military today, than it was when I was in, but still, when it comes to mission ready, they don't mess with that.
My husband's the same way. My husband's a Marine, so the same thing. He goes, I've been shot up with all kinds of stuff. He goes, we were probably experimented on.
Exactly.
And you're not going to know till you're 80, 90 years old, and you go, oh, well, there's that tail.
Exactly. I was wondering why, now I have cheese in my, in my leg
Here's my
bone.
third eye.
Yeah, but that's what it is. So folks, and I understand. That's why I always say, do what's best for you. Talk to your experts. Talk to people that you trust and make those decisions.
And at the end of the day, if you're sick, stay home. And that should just be common sense, which is not common so much anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're sick, stay home. And I don't care if it's COVID, if it's the flu, if it's just the sniffles. If you're sick, stay home. It's better to miss a day or a half a day of work or school and get better than to spread whatever it is.
Sure. And to be honest, and I know people are going to get mad and all this and stats and all, but to be honest, most people don't have a huge life or death scenario with COVID. Most people don't.
Correct.
They get a cold, they get sick. If you get vaccinated, they're saying no one's dying when they're getting a cold, which is what I had. The people that are really, it's not the majority, it's the minority. We have to protect them by all means. We got to do our part to help them.
Oh, absolutely.
However, if you are the people that need extra attention, the onus is on you to also do it. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, yes, the rest of the world, we've got to work. We can't shut down the world for you, even though we want to protect you. We want to make sure you're safe, but we're all going to die because we can't go on and live life. So we can't just shut down the world. We can't.
Yep.
We got to adapt and overcome.
That's right.
The people that are more susceptible, you're going to have to take extra measures to protect you. We're going to do our part to help. You got to do your part by protecting yourself and not putting yourself in scenarios where, hey, you have a high likely chance of getting COVID because of your immune system. Don't go to the Dierks Bentley concert, dummy. Stay home.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
And blame us because you got COVID.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree. My kids, and of course, if I brought my kids, especially the two little scrappy ones, they would definitely tell you the same thing. They're like, let us go be kids. Let us go out into the world because you cannot be protected from everything.
Yeah.
And I, for one, do not want to live in a bubble. And I'm willing to take certain chances and certain risks, whether it be COVID or otherwise, because I want to go live a particular lifestyle. And then whatever those consequences are on me. That is not your fault if I break my leg climbing, Mount Kilimanjaro.
Sure.
That's on me.
Yeah, exactly. That's how America works.
That's right. So that going back to what you had asked. The town,
ask something.
Circle back. The businesses are pretty cool. Tourists, a lot of tourists come in and ask us about that because they've looked it up. A lot of them have already looked it up, but I go, well, you're in Roswell. You do you. If you feel comfortable wearing a mask, awesome.
Yeah.
Totally 100% support it. If you don't want to wear a mask, once again, 100% support that too.
Sure.
Enjoy your day. And they go, oh, okay, thanks. And then they go on with their day.
That's the answer most people like.
Exactly.
And we should have.
And
yes, they should get.
With that, we have so much stuff that's coming on. Big announcement that we want to make sure everybody knows.
All right.
We have brought back the Sheriff's Luncheon.
Oh, good. It is. This is month 2.
This will be month 2, but we are moving it from the third Thursday to the day before the third Wednesday. So starting in September, this month, because today's the 1st, it'll be the third Wednesday.
Okay.
Because we were noticing we were coming against the county commission meeting.
Okay. And he's generally busy with that.
Sometimes they run long, and then that means he doesn't get to the luncheon right away. And once again, it's a luncheon, so we understand people have to get back to work, and we want to give everybody that attends
if he's late, and then everyone's
the
going to
most
get back,
amount.
then it
Exactly.
makes
So
sense.
it'll be the third Wednesday, and it'll be posted everywhere. It'll go out in our email and all of that stuff. And please RSVP so we know how many McDonald's lunches to provide you.
Just for purposes, the third Wednesday this month is the 15th.
The 15th. Perfect.
Yeah.
Pretty much as soon as we get back from Labor Day, it's October. Isn't that fun how that works?
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, the Ides of September will be the sheriff's luncheon this
Perfect.
month. So.
Yep. Liz has it written right there, as a matter of fact, too, if I would read. And then we've got a couple different business after hours this month. We have Christmas by Krebs.
Oh, cool.
And we have Hippie Chicks. Christmas by Krebs is the 16th. And then Hippie Chicks is going to be on an off Thursday, which is the 23rd, because now we are out of the summer season. We are going back to the normal 2 business after hours a month.
Okay.
Because as much as we like to have fun, it is a lot of work.
Good deal.
So 2 a month.
Well, those are cool. 2 cool ones too.
Yes.
I mean, obviously Hippie Chicks and all the great stuff they sell and everything, but it's a cool place to shop and everything. But I'm a guy, so it's not so much for me. But
lots of gifts for your wife.
Loves it and got multiple things from there.
Oh yeah, I go in and I have to actually leave my purse in the car because I will buy a huge bag full of goodies. And Terry's like, "Oh, here, I'll put that behind the desk for you."
Yeah,
sure, I'll put that on hold for you. So you'll be back when?
Yeah.
Thanks, Terry.
And then the other that's actually a unique opportunity.
Yes,
because
Christmas by Krebs is going to be fabulous.
That is actually, believe it or not, there's a lot of secret stuff going on at Christmas by Krebs. And and this is, they're very, it's interesting. I got an opportunity in Leadership Roswell a couple years ago to tour the Christmas by Krebs plant there, the facility. And they make Christmas ornaments pretty much for the world. They odds are pretty good.
If you've got a Christmas ornament, you've got it from them.
Yeah, if you have a glass ornament on your tree, odds are pretty good it came from right here in Roswell. That's
or
how
if
big
it's a specialty ornament that you got from somebody, it probably came from them as well.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. But with that, they have proprietized equipment that makes these things that they don't want their competitors knowing about, obviously. So they don't generally let the public back to these things. So for them to host a business after hours, I imagine they're not going to take you to every secret nook and cranny of that place. But to get an idea of what they do there and how cool, it's really, it's part Laverne and Shirley. By what I mean by that, like when you're, or I Love Lucy, when they're at work
with
like
the assembly lines, yep.
It's a little of that going on with a little bit of like just back like home, because it's a big company, but it's close knit. What I mean by that, it's
they're all family. They feel like they're family.
Yeah,
and it's fantastic. So for a great opportunity, that's the 16th, and the 23rd is Hippie Chicks. Of course, we will have that. And
I would imagine it's their busy time of year, too.
Yep.
Because all the Christmas ornaments and stuff, they're going to be going in the stores here pretty quick. This is their busy time of year right now, making those and getting ready
and putting
for the
your
fall
orders in.
Yeah.
If you are a company and you want to give the gift of an ornament, I know a lot of companies will specialize.
Yeah. Now's the time they do all that.
Exactly. So it'll be really cool to be able to see if they show us some of that stuff, because I'm not quite sure how their business after hours is going to be structured.
Set up. But go check it out. It's really a cool one. Just for the Gee Whiz factor, you're going to want to go check that one out.
Because it's pretty cool. Because I was in Leadership Roswell too,
and that was got to tour and
that was one of those tours. I was like, I don't care. That was one of those days. I was like, if I'm sick, I don't care. I'm going to infect everybody. I'm going.
It was cool.
It's pretty interesting.
It's oddly like fixating.
Yes.
I don't know, and I know I'm a goofball. I get this, but I could sit there and just like sit in a chair and watch the Christmas bulbs go around the little belts and assembly lines and everything, and I'm just like, I don't know. There's something to it. It's
it's fascinating that you watch these conveyor belts, and on one end there's nothing, and you're like, how is that going to be a thing?
Yeah.
And then you watch it come through, and at the end you're like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's almost like magic.
Yeah. And then you see like some of because they hand paint on these things too, and so you'll see some of the artists like doing their hand. I'm like, man, I couldn't. And part of me is like, how do you get that job? I paint, but obviously I can't do it because I don't have the skill set. But
I paint the smiley face on all of them. Yeah.
But it's a pretty neat thing to end up doing.
It's awesome. So please come to that. We do ask for information on our weekly emails that come out on Friday. We ask that you try to get everything into us by the end of business on Wednesday. We understand that some stuff doesn't come out till Thursday, but for us to try to put in a lot of it, because some weeks we have a bunch of information, so we do kind of start working on that stuff on Thursdays, going through the folder and looking. So we understand that, stuff happens, and that's why it comes out on Friday.
Right.
So we build that buffer. But we ask that if you can, to send us everything by Wednesday of that week.
Okay.
So that way we can really make sure all of that stuff gets in to the email for everybody on Fridays. And then, of course, because we've got Labor Day weekend, our office will be closed Friday and Monday. This Friday, so that's the day after tomorrow.
Yes.
And Monday for the Labor Day holiday.
It's a nice 4-day weekend for everybody.
Absolutely.
Cool. You going to do anything exciting for the Labor Day weekend?
We actually are leaving tomorrow morning.
Nice.
I will wheels up at 9 a.m. We're going to go up to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and hang out with my folks. It also happens to be my anniversary, so we're going to go.
Congratulations.
Yep, 22 years.
22.
And neither one of us is buried in the backyard, so we're doing really good.
Well, you and I are close because my wife and I on the 11th was our 20th. So,
all right, well,
so we're
congratulations.
Right there with you. So,
see, you two have made it too. I think that 2-decade mark, if you can make that, you're doing pretty good.
Sure.
Because you've gone through some stuff by that time.
Well, I think if you get there, you can ride it out. What I mean by that, it's like you've been through the hardest, I think.
I think
like
so.
The hardest part of you two being a couple. If you can get through that 20 years, then it's gravy.
Oh yeah,
that,
Michael and I laugh all the time because we look at each other and idiosyncrasies still drive each other crazy. I know I have the things that I do, and he's like, "Really? After 20 years, you can't?"
Right.
And I'm like, "You married me. You knew it was going to happen." But then it's also on the other end. I do the same thing. I'm like, "Really?" It's
like,
and he goes, "You married me. 2 decades. You're stuck."
You just know, and
That's
you kind of you get the comfortable part, the part that's not sexy and romantic, but is actually the best part of the marriage is that comfortable,
absolutely,
comfortable old shoe part of the marriage.
Yeah,
I know
and you get used to that sock being in the middle of the walk, and you pick, you either pick it up or you don't, and you're like, today. Yeah. But so we're going to be out of town, taking the whole family, the kids and everything. So that's what we're doing. And I hope that Kyle and Liz go and do something fun with their 4-day weekend, giving the staff the opportunity to go do those things.
Well, I know we got some rain chances, but it looks like weather-wise should be pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that it's supposed to maybe rain pretty hard Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, our real best rain chances are looking like these next day or two. By the weekend time, it's lightening up.
So, of course, the board has asked me, how's the roof?
You know what?
Are we going to be okay?
Of course, it's going to rain. You're going out of town.
I know.
Every time you go to town, it rains the dickens here.
So I told everybody. I said, "Well, just have a trash can ready and call the guy if you need it."
Yep. I just dawned on me. Yep. It's going to rain this weekend. It's going to because Andrew's going out of town. Of course, it will rain.
Hey, I've had my fair share of the waterfalls inside the building. Okay. I think I told the story. Who did I tell? I told the story to somebody the other day when it snowed really hard the first of the year and it started to melt in that front office area. I came in and it was a waterfall inside. And of course, I'm dressed to the nines. I have my high heels on and I'm doing my thing. And Liz and I are in our high heels and 30-gallon buckets of water we're toting outside. It's probably 2 inches of water. in there, and Liz just started laughing. And I was like, what? She goes, you're dressed to the nines in all of your nice office attire. You're in your high heels, and you are dragging 30-gallon buckets of water. And I was like, well, that's what you do. You know, they're just clothes. You can wash them or you throw them away if they're ruined. It's like, I'm not married to them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. But, was that before or after? Like, was there a reason you were dressed up, or was it just a work day?
It was just a work day.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was like a special event that day. And I was like, I have to get extra dressed up.
My parents just you dress for what you want. Now, of course, after a year, as you can tell, I've learned how to taper it down at the office, because most days, if we're just doing office work and moving stuff around, I am learning that it's okay to wear jeans and maybe not the nicest shirt I have in the closet.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just here too, though. Like, I'm like, again, growing up in Maryland, East Coast and things like that, I was raised kind of that, grocery part business. But when I came out to New Mexico and things, I noticed
we're just more casual.
More casual. It's like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people wear jeans and a t-shirt.
Well, and in my previous life, doing all of the political stuff that I did, I just, that's, you dress in a nice dress, you put on a nice suit, you go do that stuff. So that's just, and it's just ingrained in me. It is difficult for me to wear just jeans and a t-shirt.
Well, and even times, like if I have something going on, or like if I have to MC something, I'm like, do I dress up? Do I know? Because I'm like, I don't want to dress up and be the only clown in a suit there where everyone else is in jeans and stuff. But then I don't want to disrespect him and come casual, and everyone's like, ooh, I should have put on a suit coat.
Yeah. And so, but I think guys get it easier, though, because a nice polo and pair of pants, and you're dressed up.
Yeah, that gets away with it.
And then you throw a blazer or a sports coat, and now you're good, whereas girls, you know, I've teased all my political guy friends. I'm like, you have like 4 suits and probably, 8 or 10 shirts, and you're good to go for a month.
Yeah.
It's not that easy for us girls.
No, we could get away with one black suit depending on your job.
Exactly. But us girls, if I wore the same dress every day for a week, people would be like, really? What's wrong with you, lady?
Yep, this is true. So, what else we got? Did we get everything?
I think we did. Okay. Yeah. Sheriff's Social Luncheon is moved to the third Wednesday, which is now the 15th of this month. The next day is Christmas by Krebs, which is the 16th.
All right.
And then Hippie Chicks, the 23rd. And of course, if you have any information you want us to push out on our weekly emails come out Friday.
Okay.
And we are working on our third issue of the Roswell Now magazine. And it may look drastically different going forward. Okay. We've got some new help in the office and
some design
absolutely
changes and things.
And getting, we're, as with anything new, you got to throw some stuff up on that wall and see what's working, what's not working. And so we've got...
It's evolving a bit.
Absolutely. So we've got some really good professionals that's what they do for their real life. Is do that kind of media, that print media. They've done magazines or whatever, graphic design.
They know the layouts and the
so we're getting some great ideas. So it may, and maybe the next one won't look quite so different, but going forward, you're going to see us evolve for sure.
Cool.
And so we're excited.
Excellent. So look for it coming here.
And of course,
mid-fall.
And of course, the community is more than welcome to help us with the magazine. So if they know of any person, place, thing that we should highlight in the magazine, there is space, and of course, there's always space to advertise. If we hit almost 30,000 households in Roswell, Chaves County. Actually, it's all of Chaves County because it's Roswell, Lake Arthur, Dexter, Hagerman.
Yeah.
And then we do go have extra printed, and we send them out to businesses all over the community for them to see. So if you want to advertise or you know of any really cool information, like I said, people, places, things, let us know. We would like to get that information out in the magazine. That is the purpose of the magazine. It is a community magazine for the community. And I think so far in the first 2 issues, we've done a pretty good job of little things that we've added. I know I've learned a lot.
I've heard nothing but great things about the first 2 issues of the magazine. So it's a success, and it's great.
Absolutely. And I can I can just see in the future what it's going to look like a year from now
If
and
you're
beyond.
waiting to get in on the magazine to like, oh, let me see what they do with this thing first. Well, we've done
You've
something
seen
with
it.
it. Now
Let's
you've seen
go.
it. Come get on board.
It's
here.
only going to get better from here.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if you want to contribute, photography and stories and things like that, we have a lot of contributing authors and editors.
Because there is so much talent in so many ways. All right, I see what time it is. You probably have a hard break.
Probably got a shutter hole. But if you do have any questions about anything, you can always call the chamber.
575-623-5695. Or come see us. If you see Liz or my red car out in front, somebody's there. Sometimes we do lock the door if there's only one of us in the office just for safety reasons. But knock on the door. We'll come let you in.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. The doors are unlocked, but somebody's typically in the office from 9 to 5.
Yeah, they can get their, well, we've talked about before. You can get kind of the work that you need to get done and focus on. You can do that in the morning without being interrupted by phone calls and things like that.
But come on in. Like I said, if you see our red cars, we're there. Knock on the door. Come on in. We'll help you with all kinds of stuff because there's things that I can't even put into words right now that we do. So if there is a want or a need, come ask us. And if we can do it, the answer is yes.
Yeah. And of course, if for you social media folks out there, Facebook and Instagram are the two that the chamber uses regularly.
Correct.
So like and follow those to stay up to date on different events, business after hours, all these things that we talk about here. They post information about those reminders and things like if you want to get in on the sheriff's luncheon, there'll be a reminder up there. But again, we say this every time with the sheriff's luncheon on the 15th, his monthly luncheon, those generally get full.
Yes.
So RSVP sooner rather than later.
Correct.
Because
I only have so many chairs.
Yeah. The fire marshal only lets so many people into the room, and
then he gets mad.
Yeah.
And
so
we want him to be nice to us.
And that'd be weird if the fire marshal gets mad because we had too many people for the sheriff.
Correct. Yeah. How ironic would that
be? There you go. Well, as always, Andrea, enjoy your trip.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll
congratulations
see you on the
to
other
you and
side.
your husband. And,
Thanks.
Enjoy your 22nd anniversary weekend.
Oh, yeah. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be nice up there.
Yeah,
so
good deal. Is let's see, Idaho, are they a little cooler?
They are. Yeah, that's
because they're more high up. They're higher up in the Rockies there a little bit, aren't they?
We'll be out on the lake as well, so it'll be a little chilly when you're on the water.
Nice,
but it'll be 80s.
Nice.
So perfect. It'll be a perfect time.
I've been to Boise and I spent a couple weeks in Mountain Home Air Force Base there in Idaho.
So you're southern. That's southern.
Okay, that's my extent of Idaho.
Yeah, Idaho. Coeur d'Alene is 45 minutes from Spokane, Washington.
Okay, so you're way up north there.
Yeah, and an hour from the Canadian border.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
it's definitely colder.
It'll be nice. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Well, enjoy.
Thanks.
All right.